Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our July HomeHub informational session. Super glad that you all could attend. And wow, HomeHub for those new agents that we've got, joining us, and then our ASCs and our seasoned agents. Thank you for attending. We've got some really exciting new enhancements for HomeHub. And today we're going to talk about how we can use this program with our sphere of influence, which is super important. Again, that's separate and apart from the movers, our folks that are, going pending, our buyers and sellers. So our whole other sector, sphere of influence people, new enhancements, and how to use this program for lead generation and lead capture. Really, really cool stuff. So I want to introduce Kate Lesueur. She is our Move Easy's Senior Customer Success Manager. And she's going to take it away, and then we'll have some, open format with questions and answers too as well. So good morning, Kate. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, Danielle. Hello, Schmidt family. So like Danielle said, this is one of my favorite classes to teach. We actually decided, I think back in May, that this is going to be our summer series because it is so important. We want to show it 3 different times in case someone isn't able to attend, because it is crucial for us to cultivate and generate leads. So how are we able to do that? Before I get into like kind of all that fun stuff, we're just going to do a brief overview of really what the platform and the product is, just so you're aware. And then we're going to go into some great ideas for lead capture. All right. So Live Easy Concierge. We actually, HomeHub is powered by Live Easy. We've recently rebranded ourselves because of this great new sphere of influence dashboard that we're going to share here in a moment. Oh, Danielle, can you, or is that I'll mute?
Nicole, are you able to mute everybody else except for Kate and I, please?
All right. So
yeah, thank you.
Really, I'm going to unmute. All right. So what is it? Why do I want to use it? How am I able to use it for lead capture, lead generation? We'll go over marketing your dashboard, and then if there's any questions. So you'll start when you're first probably going to become familiar with this platform, with HomeHub, is once there's a real estate transaction is marked as pending, it's going to bring your client into the moving dashboard. All right. So the moving dashboard is the one that most of you are probably familiar with. I usually like to ask this question: how many of you have ever moved in your life? I'm going to assume we all have at some point. Did we enjoy it? I hope not. I also say if there's someone that says that they did, I want to kick them out of the class because it's the most awful experience in the world. So when you are moving, there's a lot of things, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of things that we need to remember to do. So outside of just scheduling the movers, the utilities, the internet, the cable, etc., we want to make sure that we have our new license and that we are getting the best deal. We have homeowners insurance. All of these things are so important during that move. And that's what this moving dashboard is going to provide your client. After the move, so this part, this home management, home ownership aspect, this is what we're going to discuss today, a lot of the time today. So 30 days after your client has title transfers, 30 days after that closing date, they're going to be transferred over to our home management, home ownership dashboard. And this is where everything that relates to the home is going to be organized. They're going to have access to checking their valuation, their equity. They can upload documents, keep them organized, check on different home pros, their appliances. Really, everything that relates to real estate is going to be on this home management dashboard. But the best part about it is it's branded to the agent. So on every single page of that website, you're going to see the agent's name, the agent's face, and the agent's phone number, along with the brand as well. So so the client will never forget the agent. That's the most important part of this whole home management dashboard. From this dashboard, from that HomeHub dashboard, there's going to be a button on there that says ready to move out. And they're going to click on that, plan my next move, and then back into the real estate transaction. So the agent will be notified when they're ready to move. Again, another great way to stay top of mind, to never lose those clients that we've done business with, whether it was last year, 5 years ago, or a decade ago. Hunter, you unmuted. You want to add something?
Sure. Okay. So what if I'm already closed on my house? How do I get my clients access to this platform if I'm not moving?
Oh, Hunter, it's like I planned that. That was amazing. So, best part about this is, yeah, maybe you've already done a bunch of deals. Maybe it's a slower time in the year and you're like, I need people to remember who I am. I need to stay top of mind, but I'm not in the middle of a deal. Hunter, have no fear. You can invite your clients at any point in this lovely 360 end-to-end platform. And that's what today's class is all about. So all of you probably have not just past clients that Hunter mentioned, but all your friends, your family, your sphere of influence. We always say there's that 250, person wedding list. We want all of them to remember we're the agent. You can invite them at this point with their home management dashboard, whether they use you as an agent or they didn't, whether they bought their house, last year from someone else or 10 years ago from you, it won't make a difference. You want to invite them. Great question, Hunter. I owe you. All right. Why do you want to use this? It's automated. All right. So I know that automation is such a blessing in disguise because really, if something's automated, you don't have to do anything, but it's really easy to forget about it, right? If it's just automatically happening behind the scenes, well, then I don't need to do anything. I forget that this is happening. I'm going to give you a homework assignment throughout the day, and this is your first one. You need to bring this up to your clients early, often, and always, and you need to get their email address and their phone number. We need that information to be able to invite them to the platform. All right. So, of course, as soon as you get that email that's going to welcome your client to the platform, you want to call your client and let them know this is an extension of your service, of your brand, and that they should sign up for the platform. Personalized assistance. I cannot stress this enough. There are a lot of moving concierge companies out there. All right. And almost all of them, in fact, I would venture to say 100% besides Live Easy and HomeHub, are not giving you a personal assistant team to work with. There's a call center, there's artificial intelligence, it's some computer bot that's trying to help your client. And sometimes, especially during a move, we just want to talk to a real person. We just want to talk to someone that's going to help throughout this process. And that's what we're offering. Staying top of mind, that is all about today's class. All right. We know that daunting statistic, 88% of clients forget their agent after the first year. First off, that's a sad statistic to know about, right? We are helping them with the largest purchase of their life and we're forgotten about. We need to make sure that we're not, right? We need to give them something of value that they're going to use, they're going to look to, they're going to think of us as the expert of everything real estate. And that's what that top of mind and being the source of all things real estate really means. So I say this a lot and you're going to hear it throughout this class. You know what, actually, I'm not going to, because we're going to do some engagement here in a second. I'm going to not talk and I'm going to make everyone else answer my question in a couple slides. All right. The last thing I'm going to say, supporting core services. We know when we keep deals in-house with our ancillary services, it's a smoother close, it's a quicker close, and it seems to go off without a hitch. So of course, that's what we're doing here on HomeHub powered by Live Easy. We're providing those different ancillary services from the company. All right, so this is that homework assignment I mentioned. Before we invite your client, we are going to let you, the agent, know. You'll notice we've done a lot of new branding. It looks very professional and pretty, a little bit more luxurious. We do not have any more fun cartoons. If you are familiar with the cartoons, it's all images and photography. So our new brand, we've just upgraded. This is what that email will look like. So you'll get an email that says, congrats on your deal with, with Hunter, your New York client, Hunter. I'm going to send him an invite in the next 24 to 48 hours, unless you say don't. All right. So just so you're all aware, this email, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can disable the invite and we won't reach out to your client. Why would you want to do that? This is a complimentary service. It's awesome. Well, one, you wouldn't, but in some cases, we certainly don't need our clients getting it if they're not actually moving into the property. Maybe it's an investor who doesn't need the moving company or the utilities. Maybe it's a land deal. For whatever reason, you can scroll to the bottom and click that disable invite.
Hey, Kate.
Yeah.
If I disable an invite, is there a way I can go in and enable it?
Yes. Okay. Man, Hunter is just keeping me honest today.
Thank you, Hunter. Great questions.
So absolutely. Just because you disable the invite doesn't mean your client won't have access to the platform. They just won't have the communication cadence that we're going to show here in a moment. So a lot of times, moving stressful. If I get invited as a client and I'm like, oh no, you know what? I actually don't want this, or disable the invite. And then I'm like, I change my mind a week later because I'm kind of, you know, this is a little stressful, I do need that help, it's no problem. The agent can go into their dashboard and resend the invite, and the client will have access to the dashboard with no issue whatsoever. Great question. All right, so once that contact is the email is sent to your client, we're going to reach out to them a few other times. And I do need to stress, you know what, I jumped the gun there. I do want to stress, we actually will not spam, sell, or share your client data. I think that's really important for you all to understand. We know, we work with real estate agents. I am a real estate agent. All right. We know how important it is to safeguard your clients. That's your livelihood. That's your book of business. And we understand that. We are not going to sell, spam, or share their data. In fact, I will tell you that our CEO was moving from Michigan to Ohio, and he actually he put his information in one of those online pricing inquiries for a moving company. He hit submit, and he gets inundated, bombarded with emails, calls, messages about, you know, how people can help him with his move. And he was just overwhelmed and just hated it. So he basically said, I want to make a company that's not going to do this. And that literally is the birth of Live Easy powered, or HomeHub powered by Live Easy. It is against our business model to do that. So what you see is what you get. We do have an upgrade. I'll let you know. We do have a responsive text feature now. So for those clients that really like to text, they can actually have a full-on conversation through the text messaging about the concierge service. So it is a bit more responsive rather than just a text message that says schedule your appointment. We've just started that. Really excited to announce that upgrade as well. Outside of the text messages, you'll see the phone calls and emails on this slide and when they are occurring. These numbers here represent the days post pending. So the first day after the deal's gone pending, they're going to get an email and a text. The second day, a call. A week later, an email and a call, so on and so forth. This text is no longer, this text actually would be part of that responsive services, just so you all are aware. If your client at any point says, no, thank you, it stops the communication cadence. But similar to Hunter's question, they do not lose access to the dashboard. They will just not be continued on this communication cadence. If at any point we do help them, that will stop the communication cadence. But again, we would have helped them, so no problem. If they do absolutely nothing, on day 21, we're going to say, congrats on your deal, you know, on your new home, on the sale of your home, whichever it may be. We are not going to bother you again, but we are here if you need anything. And that is true indefinitely. They will always be able to access this, whether they decide a year after they've transferred on their home. They could go back to that email, they can go back to that agent and get the invite again.
Hey, Kate, as their agent, will I be CC'd on these emails, or is it just?
Yes, that's another great question. On the emails, just to get them with the appointment, you won't. It will just be that first email that's going to be sent out. But I will tell you, if your client is helped, so this is a really cool feature. If your client is helped, they will get a follow-up email from the concierge, and the agent will be copied on that. That email will say how much time was saved, how much money was saved, and it's actually going to give you the appointments and the utilities that were set up. So you want to be even like better with your service as an agent. You have not had to schedule any of that, but you have the calendar reminders. So it's like, oh, you know what? Today I'm going to call my client. And I'm going to say, don't forget the water company is coming today. And now you look like a serious rock star, even though the concierge had done all of that heavy lifting.
Another touch point. That's great.
Absolutely. All right. So before we get into the best part of this class, the lead generation, just a few things to clarify that typically come up from this training, who we are and what we're not. All right. We are branded to the agent. We will reach out to your client. We say, congrats on your deal. With Danielle Ottmer from Schmidt Family of Companies. I'm part of the personal moving HomeHub team, and I'm here if you need help with any of your moving services. It is an extension of the agent, the brand, the brokerage, and the agent's services. In fact, if I were an agent, I'm going to tell my client it's my personal moving team that's going to reach out to those clients, because that's exactly what it feels like. It is personalized assistance branded to the agent and to the brokerage. PCI compliant. There's a level of compliance that we have when taking any consumer information over the phone. It just means that it is safe and secure for your clients, no problem. Complimentary service for life. It is free for you and free for your client. All right. Because of your relationship with Schmidt family of companies and their relationship, HomeHub and Live Easy, they are offering this to all of their agents and those agents' clients for free. Why would you not want to use this as part of your value prop to differentiate you from all those other agents? Real people, I stress that enough. I think that's our biggest differentiator as a concierge service, that these are real individuals. I've met most of them. I visited Columbus. They are lovely and they are real. They are not computers. They are not robots. They are not artificial intelligence. And the last thing, we are authorized dealers. We are on the actual site in real time doing these orders for your client. We are not giving their information away to someone else to add that to their accounts. Last thing, I said this before, I will say it again. We are not spamming, selling, sharing client data. It is entirely against our business model. We just don't do it. We are not doing that. All right. If at any point your client does ask us to share their information with a vendor or with one of the title, insurance, etc., whatever those ancillary services, we have them just click a little button that says a disclaimer, and then we will give that information away. So just to clarify, we will not do that again, totally against our business model. All right, now I get to take a breath. I need someone to engage with me a bit. If you want to put your camera on, that's fine, or I can just talk to a blank screen. What are you doing to stay top of mind with your sphere of influence? Are you doing anything, I guess?
Well, I know we've got some agents sending out, postcard campaigns and those kinds of things. So we know that for sure.
Yep, we've got those postcards. What else? You can feel free to put it in the chat. What else do people do? Does anyone cold call anymore? I don't blame you. That's scary.
Y'all do closing gifts?
Yeah.
Closing gifts.
There we go. See, we like to send out those postcards. I know the favorite in the millennium here, all the e-cards. We love our e-cards. We love our postcards. We love
Yep.
any type of mailer. Oh, I got some chats. Look at people. Email, texting.
From
Absolutely.
Carol.
All right. So this is where you get your money's. Look at the engagement, Danielle. See, I just got to give them a minute and they're going to start talking. This is where you get your money's worth, gang. There's two types of marketing. All right. There's outbound and there's inbound marketing. Has anyone heard of these different phrases outside of Danielle? Has anyone heard of these two different types of marketing? I'm going to explain the difference and what's really helpful in real estate these days. So outbound marketing is basically thinking of, I'm going to push out materials and hope that someone remembers me or that it sticks. I'm going to push out a mailer. I'm going to push out an e-card. I'm going to put my name on a park bench or a bus or the marquee before a movie. That's outbound content. That's pushing it out. In real estate, we do that all the time. It's very common and there's nothing wrong with it. But a lot of times with outbound content, it's not doing anything for the client, right? It's just promoting the agent. And after a while, what happens? I'm going to throw out the flyer. I'm going to delete the e-card. I'm going to not even pay attention to the movie marquee or the park bench, right? We want something that's going to pull them in, and that's inbound content. All right. Inbound content is 2023. It's social media. It's providing something of value that says, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to Kate LeSueur because she shares all of that all the time. Inbound content, think of I'm going to pull them in with my material, with my marketing information. This sounds very silly, but inbound content a postcard that's outbound content would just be, hey, here's my last listing, right? That's promoting the agent. A postcard that's inbound content would have a recipe on it, would have what can I afford type of information. That's inbound content. And really what we want to be the source of all things real estate, and we need to utilize that. So some examples of inbound content, lucky for you, you've got the best example of it. You all have an agent branded home management dashboard. You know what? I'm going to go back to asking one more question because now I'm feeling myself. All right. What are the questions that clients ask you? What do people come to you for as an agent? That's inbound content. I know they see you at the grocery. I know they see you at the gas station. What do they ask?
I need a landscaper.
Oh, I should show you my front yard. It looks awesome.
I do too.
I need a landscaper. What else? What's the question everyone asks is it in the chat? How's the
Yeah, Carol's
market?
got it. Yes. Mhm.
How's the market? Hey, my neighbor's house is for sale. What's going on over there? Hey, is it worth me refinancing? What's going on with the rates? Do you know, does it make sense to pay off more of my balance? I need to keep track of all of my accounts. My appliances are all, what's my house? Oh, Carol, everything you're saying, absolutely. So where do clients go for this right now? Right? They Google it. They go online and they Google it. When they Google it, what do they find?
The
9
Z word.
million. Yes. Sorry, Hunter. I talk way too much, don't I? Hunter, what's the answer?
The Z word.
Oh, they find that ugly Z word. Starts with a Z, ends with an illo. If you're not following, right? We hate them. They suck, right? The next thing that we find is a client's going to put that in Google and they're going to get 9,000 different 9,000 different websites from this brokerage, this mortgage company, this home help guide. We want to be the one that provides all of that. So that's what your home management dashboard is. And that's what the second part of this training is. And my favorite part of this training, because it really is going to help build your business. So you all have access to a home management dashboard. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do, each slide is going to give you ideas on how you're able to use this to help grow your business. Start the conversation. Just be able to speak to this, share it with your client. All right. You're out and about, someone runs into you at the grocery store, you're at your kid's ball game or something, would it be valuable to have a current market evaluation of your home? Do you know what it could sell for? Do you know how much you would net, what the net proceeds are? What do you need to do before you sell? Do you need a checklist? Oh, do you know that you want to redo that bathroom? Do you need a list of trusted professionals? Do you have a pre-approval? I can set you up with a loan officer, Coast One Mortgage, right? All of this is available on that website. I'm going to tell you, I'm an agent. I don't like to think I'm lazy, but there are days where I say I'm going to get back to someone with all of the questions they've asked me, and I don't. And then I'm like, I'll do it the next day, and I don't. And then I say, I'll do it the next day. And then it's gone a week, and I'm like, is it too late to get back to them? Did I just lose that lead? How great would it be to be able to provide a website that answers all of those questions, that looks like you've created it, it's made for you, it's branded for you, that you're giving to your client, all right? I know you all are guilty of that. We get our Sunday open house lead sheet, and we're gonna send them an email, and then we forget. I know it's happened. All right, lead capture, buyer and seller presentations. Another great idea. Just make a one-pager that explains it. Add it to your listing, your seller packet. I would actually make a special presentation just to try to capture new buyers. And I would put this in there. I would make a one-pager explaining what my services are, explaining what the concierge does. I would practice an elevator pitch. I'm going to tell you that we can go in live here into the platform and just make some notes of what really sticks out for you, what stands out, and use that when you're talking to your client. Do you have a dynamic presentation? I believe, Danielle, you guys all have access to Moxie.
Yep, we have one-pagers created in our HomeHub Square on Schmidt Resources, and then we have lots of additional pages in Moxie for those agents that use Moxie Present and want to slide them into. Also in our seller packets and buyer packets, we mentioned HomeHub as well.
So you already have a brokerage that's doing all of this for you. Why would you not want to take advantage of it? When I say dynamic presentations, I know in Moxie, you guys are all able to do this as well. And I'm going to challenge you to make a quick video with the elevator pitch. Explain what HomeHub Concierge and the home management dashboard can do, and embed a video into your Moxie Present. You guys all know that you're able to do that. You can actually put a video in Moxie and put it on social media, send it out, add your link. What a great way to capture leads. Sick of keeping track of all of the documents with your home, all of your appliances, your warranty, watch this quick little video. People love videos. We know that on social media. I'm going to watch a video before I look at a picture, right? What a great way to capture more leads.
For those agents that do BombBomb too, that's a great way to do a BombBomb video, quick, and then slide it into these pieces.
Absolutely. And Danielle, in the chat, just to clarify, so in Schmidt Resources, you guys have one-pagers, and in Moxie Present, you have additional pages for the service.
Correct.
All right. I think Carol was asking about that. All right. So next thing I've got for you, we are working on sign writers. Can you imagine how cool would this be to have a sign writer that just says, this home comes with a personal concierge, inquire inside. What a great way to maybe reach some of those luxury listings or just put your name out there. I'm going to tell you, this is a great idea I found as well. If you're someone who's into luxury listings or even any listing for that matter, a solar light, a solar spotlight on your yard sign. How cool would that look? What a snazzy, fancy looking sign with that QR code saying, scan for your, personal home concierge, got your little solar light. Everyone's going to stop and look at that beautiful sign promoting your dashboard. Again, that QR code, Danielle will explain here momentarily, your marketing team can help create that. You guys can put that QR code on everything. Again, it's a great lead capture. The only good thing that came out of COVID, I would say, is that everyone now knows how to use a QR code because of all the menus we had to scan, right? So what a great way now to utilize that quickly, rather than making someone type in your website, put in that QR code. I think this is a great way to also farm the neighborhood, become familiar, become that neighborhood expert. You are always selling yourself. You know that in real estate. I don't need to speak to that anymore. Yes, you're selling a listing, but more than anything, you are always selling yourself as an agent. And this is a great way to really stand out. Danielle, do you want to speak to the QR code, how they go about doing that? Or you want to wait till the end?
Oh, I would love to. So we've got a special QR code maker with our marketing group, and you can just put in an online request. In Schmidt Resources, you find online marketing request. Just quickly fill out the form there and submit it. Hey, I'd like a QR code made to use for this. I can put it on, and we're going to show you some things that other additional things you can use that for. And we will make you a custom QR code. Now, specifically for HomeHub, it would take them to your HomeHub platform where they can, go in and sign up if it's a Sphere person or past client or what have you. So it's really, really great. Takes them right to your HomeHub platform.
Absolutely. And I just made some examples of what some of these yard signs, and these could be on anything. This could be on a sticker too, right? Saving opportunity. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm too jittery over here. Saving opportunities. All right. So the great thing about what your home management dashboard can do, it's going to periodically check that your client has the best insurance quote. It can send it over for insurance. It will check that you have the best internet and cable bill. Do you want to know what your house is worth? Do you just want a personal home concierge? Do you want more information? So all of these are great little kind of, I would say like a little marketing trigger for those clients to come say, this is absolutely inbound content. This isn't like, scan to learn more about the house or learn more about me. It's pulling them in. It's providing them something of value. Next thing, open houses. This is my favorite. I think I've done a couple trainings with you all. When I was like 100% into real estate and not working with Move Easy, I only got my clients from open houses. My parents are convinced it's because I wouldn't stop talking to them. So they'd be like, just leave me alone. I want to look at the house. I'll work with you. But hey, whatever works, right? I love open houses. Few things I'm going to tell you on how you can use this for open houses. My favorite thing in the world is an open house for the neighbors. You want to be the neighborhood expert. Invite the neighbors to the open house 15, 20 minutes early, an open house exclusive for the neighbors. If they can't make it, put on your QR code, put it on their door hangers, explain the services, how you're able to help with their home value, with their different appliances, with their loan balance, all of that good stuff. Again, a great way to really show you are the neighborhood expert and adding those additional value prop, right? Next thing, maybe there's a house that has some high efficiency windows, or it has a solar piece or a Nest thermostat. We have solar incentives and solar deals as well for energy savings. Make a table tent, put that around, or just make a table tent, put it around your listings. Check what your home is worth. Again, another lead capture form. How many of you have ever held an open house where a buyer refused to sign in? The worst, right? Yeah, that's never happened, right? Or they fake sign in, right? They're all like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake signing in. I used to do that all the time. Well, I would just politely say, you know what, as a courtesy to the seller, we ask that you sign in. If you aren't comfortable leaving your name in writing on a piece of paper, maybe they don't want the other neighbors to see that they were there, you can actually scan this QR code. It's going to give access to a free home ownership dashboard. It's also going to help you prepare when you're ready to sell. No strings attached. It's just a great way for you to access things about your home. So a lot of great options. You can also use that QR code, maybe do a drawing, an Amazon gift card, a Starbucks gift card. The point is we want people to get into the dashboard. Once they're in the dashboard, they're going to use it. They're going to love it, right? This is just the point of pulling them in because they're going to go back to it. That's the inbound content, the inbound marketing that we're really trying to stress. You know, I'm never good at reading the slides. I want to make sure I've hit
I love
everything.
the open house ideas.
I'm supposed to. Good. I'm glad. I love open houses. You know what? While we're talking about it, I'm going to say one last thing about open houses. So something I did, I actually made a really nice presentation for my open houses. I had it in a cute little binder and laminated sheets, and I left it there. And it was like everything that goes through, you know, what not to do when you're buying a home, what to, what happens for the pre-approval, what you need to bring. And I had this great little packet, and I included the concierge service. Of course, someone's going through and they're looking at it and they're like, oh, this is really great. Can I have a copy of this presentation? Yeah, let me email it to you. I only provide it to those people that are working with me. You can scan this QR code and I'll make sure that you get a copy, right? What a great way, another teaser, have one copy of this beautiful presentation, use that to your advantage at those open houses as well. It's a great way to grab those buyers, especially first-time buyers that are really overwhelmed and not sure what to do about the move. Hunter, I don't know if you've always been unmuted or if this is a new thing. Did you want to add anything?
No, I've always been on mute.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
All right. The next thing and the best thing about Schmidt right now is that in the winter, we did the winter so long ago. In the winter, we did an awesome Reach Your Sphere class where they made really cool postcards, gift tags for closing gifts. They had that house anniversary card. So maybe you have some individuals that bought a couple of years ago and you want to add them to this dashboard, send them a house anniversary with your QR code. But there's a lot of great things. What I recommend doing with your QR code, that of course the marketing team can help, just make a sticker, print out 100 stickers, put it on anything, put it on a magazine, put it on candy, put it on, a gift tag, wherever you can think of. We're kind of in that pop buys type of market, right? In the summer, you've got all these great ideas going around. Maybe around the back to school time, you have a nice little packet of things to remember for school shopping. Or I know in Ohio, at least, we have, unless it's federal, there's a tax-free weekend for school shopping. Is that federal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then you guys have it too. Look, I remember these things, right? So what a great thing. That's inbound content. Share that, like a nice little postcard with that information, add that QR code. All right. A lot of great options. I will tell you one thing that my family has done. They made stickers and put it on Halloween candy. It's not Halloween yet, but it will be soon, before we know it. They put it on Halloween candy. And of course, what happens when kids bring back a pile of Halloween candy? What do their parents do? They hide it
over.
Yeah, they take it, they hide it, they check it out, like they make sure nothing's open, and then they eat a few pieces, right? Of course, put a QR code sticker on one of those Halloween candies. This is exactly, what you could add. So home value, loan balance, home equity, energy savings. These are some of those trigger words. I could put that on the candy. The family, the mom, the dad, they're going to scan that. They're going to look at it. Here's another thing, my treat for you, scan for all things home. Right? Awesome ideas on how you can use this. You can make a pop buy and put it on almost anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else coming up, but you can put a little sticker on some pumpkins, some small pumpkins, drop them off around the holidays or Labor Day, whatever it may be. Again, another great way that is also inbound content.
We've got one quick question
Carol.
from Carol Finelli. Yes, so the QR code takes them to your HomeHub account, your personal branded HomeHub account. Yes.
Thank you, Carol. I love all of the questions. I really appreciate it. So the next thing I'm going to say, I love social media. I'm 36. I grew up with it. Actually, I think the year I graduated high school is when Facebook started. So I'm like weirdly into social media, and I'm going to give you some great ideas. You can post this online once a week on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can post it once a week, but I'm going to give you a tip. you've got to provide some context and you got to add a video or a picture. All right. Never just post a link. No one's going to click on that unless you tell them why. So something that I've done, and I'm going to, Hunter, if you can add this to the chat, there's a couple sites that I go to often when I want to do something funny with real estate. I Google real estate memes and you're going to find great stuff. The next thing is the lighter side of real estate. Has anyone seen the lighter side of real estate? Make sure it's one that's not copyrighted, but there are some great ideas out there. You want some showstopper things that people are gonna be like, oh wait, what is this? Perfect example. There I am, Kate, my agent self. There's water coming out of our grounded outlet. That sounds really fun, right? Should I call a plumber or an electrician? This is funny. This is inbound content. I'm going to stop and be like, holy crap, that looks awful. Nope, you're going to call me a real estate agent. I've got a great recommendation for both, or better yet, access your personalized complimentary home ownership dashboard, link in bio, right? What a great way to be like, you know what? I do need an electrician. This guy's not getting back to me. I do need a plumber. The best part about your unique URL is that if you're sharing it with clients and they appreciate it, they can actually share that URL with their friends and family, and they can sign up for it also. So it's not like it's one account under that individual. They can share it to their whole sphere. Maybe their neighbor says, oh my gosh, your kitchen looks great. Who used it? I got the name from my agent. Everyone that I've ever gotten recommended comes from my agent. I'm just going to send you their site and you can see it. A great way to keep track of all of that as well. I can see Hunter's chomping at the bit, isn't he?
Yeah, I do have a question. So we just talked about that plumber, and it's one of my preferred vendors. I go through my dashboard. Whenever I click on Hunter's Plumbing, am I, as the homeowner, contacting them directly, or will that be my concierge?
Yep, great question. So you will notice if they're in the system, you'll click a little button that says reach out. You are contacting them directly. You're going directly to the service. We don't do any middleman there either. So it will go, and to that point, I'll let everyone know if there is a vendor that you'd like to add, which as of, I believe, the beginning of the year,
February.
is now, you are all now allowed to add your own vendors. So you can have private agent vendors, not just the brokerage ones. And I would actually say, to Hunter's point, if they're reaching out directly and maybe that vendor isn't getting back, I'm going to call that vendor and say, I'm promoting you on my agent dashboard for all of my clients. You got to give them a little priority. You got to give them a little bit better service. That's 1,000 people that are getting your information, and I need to make sure that they're getting that service, or I'm going to yank you off my site. And that way you're providing them a great service, but you're also making sure that those vendors are providing them a great service. The last thing I will mention, I've just given some examples here. So excited to share your complimentary home management dashboard. So if you need help with copy for a post, you can just copy that. You can paste it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, whatever. But I will let you know that almost every single post needs to have some type of call to action. Otherwise, you're just doing outbound content. You need to pull them in with something. So that's where that URL is going to come into play. You want to add learn more, contact me, something like that, so that they're like, wow, this is a really great service. I need more information. I'm seeing a couple chats. Oh, Hunter's on it. I like it. All right. So I wanted to share a few things here. This is just a generic dashboard, just so you all see what it's going to look like. Obviously, we have Coast One Mortgage for you all, but I wanted to give an example of what the client will see. So they do have a home valuation. I wonder why these aren't popping up separately. There is a home valuation. They can check their mortgage balance, and they can see what they can afford. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go live into we're really tight on time. So there's different things, of course, that your client will be able to look up. And it's going to be branded to the agent. It's going to have your name, your phone number, and your information on the top there. Again, some other options they can see if they have an equity line of credit, what they're able to do with their home equity. Maybe they want to do some remodeling. Maybe they want to add a bathroom or a kitchen. The best part about this as well is when your client clicks on one of those home pros, the agent will be notified that that person, that your client is looking for a kitchen remodeler or is looking for a deck replacement or whatever it may be. So if you do have someone that you haven't added, you could reach out right away, or you can just kind of touch base with them and say, hey, what's going on? You redoing that kitchen? Are we trying to sell? What's happening? And make sure that you are staying top of mind with all of your clients. I love to finish about 1/4 till, so I'm giving you 4 minutes for any questions or clarification. The whole point of the class obviously is using this to grow your sphere, get business, generate leads. Does anyone have any questions for me?
I have one thing to point out, Kate, too, because this is one question I get asked a lot. Our core service providers are in HomeHub. They're listed with their contact information, our loan officers, all that great stuff. So that would be Coast One Mortgage, Coast One Title, Woodland Title, and America's Preferred Home Warranty. They're already built into the program and a core service provider for all of you to utilize for everyone. So please know that.
So just so you guys are aware, they're here, they have their own little buttons at the top. So when you click on it, it's going to go to the each of the different core services. So this isn't what you'll see because I'm in as a client right now, but just so you are aware, they are there on the back end. They are populating and they'll go to those different core services.
And also a step two for a mortgage company, the loan officers are all aware of HomeHub. I've done separate training sessions with them, so they're very familiar with how the platform works. Their contact information is there, per state region. So that's a great opportunity, to contact them or have others contact them through that too as well.
So before I leave you, I'm just going to say, I know that this is a lot of information, and usually in these classes, that's why we're doing the same class next month. Also, it's June, July, and August. Just pick one thing today that you want to do. Maybe you just want to share it on social media. Maybe you want to ask the marketing team to make that QR code. Just pick one thing. Don't get overwhelmed, but do it today. Because I know, just like with those open house leads, right? If you don't do it today, you say you're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you don't do it. The next day comes. Really try right now to sit down, do it. Pick one thing out of the lead capture ideas and try to finish it today.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, if you have not been in your HomeHub account yet, no worries whatsoever, or you lost your password, haven't been in there a while, no problem whatsoever. We can send your login credentials or password to get in your account and get started and review everything. Just let me know, or your ASC, they're able to send that to you as well. And definitely our help@moviezy.com, they're able to help as well too. So just let me know. So we can get in there, tour the platform. Is all your, all your contact information correct? You want to switch the photo and just, check out what it's, has to offer. Also, if you ever have any questions whatsoever, I do trainings with the ASCs and RSCs, so they're very aware of what this offers for our agents and help them on a daily basis, and then also our agents too. And if you want to jump on a call, video chat, whatever, and hey, can you show me a couple things here? How does this work? Or hey, I've got a specific question, kind of like Hunter had a lot of really great specific questions. I'm always available and happy to answer those for you. And you can find my contact information right in Schmidt Resources in our marketing group team. So thank you all for embracing our wonderful program. It really adds to your value proposition as an agent. Your total value proposition is a unique, valuable service-based program. So it's very different from the other things, and it really complements your services and what you have to offer for clients, past clients, and sphere of influence. So Kate, again, thank you for sharing with us today. Reach out with any questions, and we appreciate your attending today. So thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
Everyone.
Bye now.
Thank you, Danielle.
Mhm.